I'm Jeff Mack from Newmark Grubb Knight Frank, and I'm pleased to welcome Brendan McCorkle, the CEO of a company called CloudMine, to City Biz List. Welcome, Brendan.
What's exciting about thinking about CloudMine in 5 years is since our investment by Safeguard, we're actually pretty sure there is a CloudMine in 5 years, and that's I think one of the greatest parts about having a patient, deep-pocketed investor is that you don't actually have to think, okay, what's payroll coming from? What do we need to do operationally that costs X? Well, we only have half X, should we still do it? And that's the stuff that keeps entrepreneurs up at night for most of the life of most companies. And having Safeguard on board actually means that we don't have to have those conversations. So we know that payroll's there, we know that the next round is there, we know that they're not in the business of letting their portfolio companies run out of cash. So you take the cash risk away and you get to actually chase some of the real operational problem. Where's the next customer? Are we building the right thing in the product? All big problems on their own, but usually a little bit less scary than the cash one. So it feels good to focus on those. We've really doubled down in our last fundraise on security and compliance. So we're the first HIPAA compliant mobile platform. We have a lot of what we've seen called a security halo. So we have customers who don't require HIPAA compliance, for example, but everyone is a little bit nervous about giving their data to somebody else right now. A lot of high profile, the Anthem hack, the Target hack, even businesses that don't require or aren't regulated or don't require that level of compliance get the warm and fuzzies, if you will, because we've passed that level of compliance gut check by companies that are bigger than them or more conservative by them. So that actually helps us out a lot, and that's really what the thesis was with Safeguard, was as we had built this enterprise-grade platform and we were doubling down on that, say we had security at 4, the investment was to take it to 8 and really double down on that in the market. So if you fast forward a few years, we'll take that to 10, or if you're a Spinal Tap fan, maybe to 11. That's sort of the story in the short term. And then we'll start to explore adjacent markets to healthcare. We think fintech is one. We think retail is another one. They're actually not regulated, but they act regulated, so that they're very receptive to the value proposition of CloudMine being the safest and the most secure, even though they don't have a governmental body or a regulation saying you have to do this. Target's brand took a big hit when they had that exposure. And they also people are starting to shift and realize that a lot of those hacks happen from on-premise data storage. And so as everyone's going to the cloud and realizing that might actually even be more secure than how they did it before, that's a really nice time for us as we're starting to get more exposure and the product's getting more robust.